With just 4 days left for the final presidential runoff, the battle for who will lead France is now heating up. In the latest, senior political allies have warned that the incumbent president Emmanuel Macron is not certain to win, despite polls indicating his lead over his far-right challenger Marine Le Pen. As of now, Macron's projected lead for Sunday's decisive second-round vote, with 3 polls for the second-round runoff, places Macron at the highest level with an average score of 55.83%. Further suggesting that the gap has widened from 8 to 12 points since Friday. However, despite this, French Prime Minister Jean Castex has asserted that it is still too early to claim victory. In a statement on France's Interradio, he said that the game is not done and dusted just yet, further emphasizing on how Parisians will need to be convinced and how Macron's programs are the best for France. Echoing similar concerns, Castex's immediate predecessor, Edouard Philippe, also said that nothing should be taken for granted, hinting at possible low turnout during Sunday's presidential runoff. Not only this, the incumbent president, Emmanuel Macron, had also himself made it clear on Monday that he does not consider the election already won. But before Sunday's runoff, Macron and Le Pen will face off in a televised debate that is scheduled to take place today and will determine the future of France. And for more on what lies ahead of the runoff, joining us now live from Paris is political analyst Mohammed Abdelazim. Mohammed, thanks so much for joining us on WION World is One. My first question to you, what could be the final outcome given that Macron's allies have now warned against complacency despite a wide lead? Could the voter turnout at the last minute lead to some kind of crucial defection at this stage?
Yeah, for the time being, the French voters are usually voting the choice during the first vote run. And the second vote is generally the elimination and the exclusion one. So I think, in my point of view, as Macron is gonna have a big advance on Marine Le Pen, maybe 4 or 5 points. We are talking here in France now about 54 for Macron and 46 for Marine Le Pen. It might become, the gap might be more important following the debate of this evening.
Right, of course, all eyes will be on the debate and we, of course, will be covering the same. Let's talk about campaigning strategies. We've seen Marine Le Pen tone down her initial hijab rhetoric at a time when her ratings have now stagnated, to say the least. How significant, according to you, is this climb down in what was perceived to be her flagship policy?
The Marine Le Pen policy is 2 main points. The first one is against the European Union and the immigration file. So Marine Le Pen is still the far right representative, and she's, as we know, and Marine Le Pen and the far right wing make as usually the hatred and the all the bad things happening in France is due to the immigration. This is classic point of view, but now the French people is trying to understand that Macron politics should change concerning the some important issues like security, like the salaries and social events. But so Marine Le Pen is going to maybe have the same continuity. It might be against her as well. Especially she do have some problems with corruption with the European Union.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all those inputs. Thanks for joining us on WION. We'll, of course, be tracking the crunch debate scheduled for later today. WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.